2020, what month is this? Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica. Today we are going to be unboxing the October 2020 Sew Sampler Box. If you're new to Sew Sampler Boxes, they are super fun. They're monthly sewing and quilting subscription boxes. They're $24.95 a month plus shipping, and they include fabric, notions, patterns, and all kinds of fun goodies inside. Let's go ahead and take a look and see what's inside this month's box. So the theme for this month is My Happy Place, and it already looks super cute. And then on the back, they have a 25% off all quilt patterns coupon code for you, so you can order some patterns and get a fun discount. The boxes also come with these cute little inserts. This tells you everything that comes in your box, including retail prices, so you can see what kind of value you're getting. And I'm going to go ahead and start off with the Greatest Hits Album Quilt track number 7. So when you get your Sew Sampler boxes, every month they come with a pattern in them. This pattern is for a specific quilt block. This is this month's quilt block. They retail for $4.98, and then when you're done getting all 12 boxes for this year, you will have 12 different unique blocks that you can put together into a sampler type quilt. And then at the end of that, they'll usually send out finishing instructions on how to put them all together and if there's any fun sashing or whatnot. This particular series is using mostly solids, but of course you can make these blocks however you like. The next thing in our box is this Creative Grids 9-inch seam guide tool, and this is to help you make diagonal seams in a cinch. So you can use this 1/2 inch wide drawing tool to quickly mark the cut and sew lines you'll need to make on half square triangle units from 2 fabric squares. So you just mark in between that slot there, and then you can sew 1/4 inch on either side of the tool. So that looks like it's going to be nice and handy. I also tend to use that 1/4 inch sewing tape on my machine, which I'm sure you've seen in my tutorials. I like that because I don't even do anything to my blocks, but I think this is a nice handy tool to have in my stash. This retails for $5.99. All right, the next thing in our box here is this La Casita Quilt pattern. This is an exclusive pattern for Sew Sampler Box, and it says, "Welcome to the coolest little casita around. Sweet La Casita Quilt," that's hard to say, Casita Quilt, is built with 6-inch Courthouse steps, which you can make with a Petite Paint Box Basics layer cake and a 6-inch Courthouse Steps foundation paper, which is also included in this box, so I will show you that shortly. There are 2 size options on this, and it says you can pick the version that best suits your own casa. The pattern values at $9.98, and it's super cute. And then on the back side, it has everything you're going to need to make the quilt, and the 2 sizing options are 28.5 by 28.5 or 16.5 by 52.5. So it looks like they made kind of this table runner type one or this other little mini right here. And I feel like you could probably, 28 by 28, depending on what size your table is, you could probably use that for a centerpiece, or if you have a longer table, you could use this one. You could also use it as a cute little wall hanging. And of course, with any quilt pattern, you can add more blocks to make it even larger if you wanted like a lap size quilt or a baby quilt or something like that. So these blocks are actually really easy to make. There's nothing super complicated about them, and with the foundation paper that I'm going to show you next, makes it a breeze. So the next thing in our box here are these Courthouse Steps Quilt Block Foundation Paper, and this is one of the new products by It's Sew Emma, and these are really cool. Making Courthouse Steps quilt blocks is an easy sew with Courthouse Steps foundation paper from It's Sew Emma. The 6-inch size is a terrific stash buster and works well with 1.5-inch strips. And by the way, Moda puts out honey buns, which are 1.5-inch strips, so very handy. And then you use shaded diagrams and suggested fabric cut sizes on these blocks, and that help you get accurate and adorable 6-inch blocks every time. These value for $8.98, and so in the front here, it has some sizing for you on how many quilt blocks you need to make if you're going to be making different size quilts using these blocks. So that's super handy. There's also some cutting measurements and tips here on the inside as well. And then here is what the foundation paper looks like. And so you simply sew it in order. So you would put a piece of paper to cover blocks 1 and 2, and then you just sew right on the line. And then you add block 3, sew on that line, add block 4, sew on that line, 5, I can't see backwards here, but 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And then when you're done, you tear this paper off the back. So you do actually sew right on this paper. It can be a little bit confusing, so I highly recommend stopping by the Fat Quarter Shop website. They do have instructions on how to do all of this, how to use all of these blocks, and I think they have videos on I think they have videos on every single one of these because they have different blocks that they offer on this foundation paper piecing. And I'm pretty sure Kimberly has put up videos on their YouTube channel on how to use these in a little bit more in-depth tutorial type style. So if you're new to paper piecing, I highly suggest you checking that out. Paper piecing can just be a little bit confusing because you kind of put the fabric on the back and then flip it over and sew on this line, so you can't really see the fabric while you're sewing. So it's just a little bit of a new method, but I think once you get the hang of it, it's pretty easy. So anyways, a whole stack of these right here. So how many is in here? It looks like 42 sheets. So you could make 42 blocks with this one pad. The next thing in our box here are these Scissor ID magnetic silicone clips, and these are really cute. They're labeled for thread, fabric, and paper. That way you don't get your scissors mixed up. And they retail for $8.98, and it says there is no need to get snippy about your fabric scissors with the help of Scissor ID magnetic silicone clips. With 3 tags labeled as fabric, paper, and thread, simply snap these clips around the appropriate scissor handles to prevent dulled scissor blades. And so I think these are a great idea. I'm actually excited to put these on my scissors. Hopefully this will stop my kids from using my really good scissors on things like packages. My sewing room happens to be right next to our front door, and so whenever we get packages, they bring them right in here, set them on my table, grab the nearest scissors they can find, and cut apart the packages. And so that's like sticky packing tape and, you know, whatever is on the top of the packages they need to get through. Sometimes paper labels. Anyways, maybe this will make them think twice. Maybe not. Either way, it'll help me keep my scissors organized. So I'm actually really excited to see these in this month's box. And last but not least, we have this Petite Paint Box Basics 10-inch stacker, which is exactly what we need to make the quilt pattern I just showed you. And it says these Paint Box Basics by Elizabeth Hartman for Robert Kaufman are ready to color you happy. This Petite set of 10-inch squares revisits popular prints from Elizabeth's past collections, dripping in a wide palette of colors for you to play with, from bold spices to muted neutrals. This little 10-inch stacker retails for $18.98. And there are 20 10 by 10 squares in this little pack. All right, guys, so that is everything that came in this month's box. I did add it all up for you, and the value for this month's box is... I think all in all, I'm still really happy with this month's box. I really like these foundation paper piecing pads. I think they make sewing super easy, and I'm excited to try these little scissor markers. Those are super cute, and I think they're a fun addition to the box. And then this layer cake is absolutely adorable. I love all of the bright, fun colors, and I think that my daughter probably is going to try and steal this from me. She loves sewing all kinds of fun little things for her dolls and for her room. She's recently into decorating her room with handmade like pillows and crafts like that, so I could see her snagging this from me. But anyways, that is everything that came in the October box. That's for 2020 by Fat Quarter Shop. I will put a link below this video in the description box on where you can get the box. Of course, you can also just visit Fat Quarter Shop. I think they have a link to it on the front. The boxes may be waitlisted depending on when you're watching this, but get your name on the waitlist if you're interested, because people drop off and sign up all the time, and so you never know when you're going to make the waitlist. So if you're interested, make sure you sign up for that. Leave me a comment below letting me know what your favorite thing from this month's box was, and generally what you think about the box, because that always helps me and Fat Quarter Shop out. It also lets me know that you like these videos, and I will keep making them for you. So thank you so much for joining me for today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time. Ready to roll. Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica. Today we are going to be unboxing the, not holding it, 2020, what month is this? So these blocks are really easy to use. There's nothing super fancy about them, and I'll show you how they are made in the next. And let's see, it says make Courthouse steps quilt blocks in making Courthouse quilt. Oh my gosh, I can't talk today. Oh, quilt size guide for 6-inch finished Courthouse steps quilt blocks. That is a lot to say. I feel like we should also give Jax a shout out. He did really good today. He wasn't scratching my quilts or anything. He's just laying back there chilling. Good job, Jaxie.